Today, we're taking you on a full ship tour of MSC World America, MSC Cruises' brand new cruise ship, so you can make the decision of whether or not this ship's right for you. Plus, we're going to throw in all of our tips and tricks so you can have the best time on board. Now, let's start this walkthrough on decks 4 and 5, where you'll find the 4 main dining rooms. This is the complimentary included in the price of your cruise place, where you're going to have your breakfasts and dinner as well as lunches on sea days. All 4 of the main dining rooms have identical menus, but they're just located in different areas. You'll be assigned one once you get on board if you've booked the Bella or Fantastica experiences. All of the dining rooms are very large because this is a big ship. Next up, we're going to head to the World Galleria.
The World Galleria is the main hub of the ship, and it stretches over 3 decks with shops, bars and places to eat. We can't help but feel that this is inspired by many other cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean's Promenade.
Yeah, so they've taken the best of the best from all of the other cruise ships. We're not offended by this. You'll also find the excursions desk on the lower level of the promenade and the guest services desk, so if you have any problems, you go there.
Along the Galleria, you'll find many bars, and the first one is the Dolce Vita bar. This is open usually throughout the day, and during these times you tend to find music as well as quizzes in here. It does get quite busy though.
Yeah, so if you see some entertainment that you'd like to watch in here, we do recommend getting here nice and early because it was always very busy, very loud, people having lots of fun and dancing on the dance floor as well. But we have to say that the promenade area, or the Galleria, sorry I'll keep calling it the wrong thing, is really beautiful. It's really stunning. It looks quite futuristic and very cool. You've got giant LED screens on that roof which change throughout the day, and it looks very glitz and glamoury.
Yeah, it really is the heart of the ship, and you'll probably find yourself walking through here quite a lot. Now, we're coming up to the Jean-Philippe Chocolate Shop and Cafe. This is what it says on the tin. It's a chocolate shop where they make tons of chocolate here that you can purchase, and also drinks including hot chocolate and other coffee specialities that you can purchase for an extra cost.
It's really cool in here, and some of the things made out of chocolate are completely and utterly bonkers. You can get things like ship models made out of chocolate, even things like stiletto shoes, which is pretty cool. You can see them coming up now. Absolutely bonkers. But like David said, it's all an extra charge. But we did try a few little things in here, and we were quite impressed by the quality of the chocolate. Look at that. It's the Statue of Liberty. How cool is that? Anyway, next up, we've got one of the dining venues.
So this venue is called Pizza and Burger because it serves pizza and burgers.
I mean, they could have came up with a proper name, am I right? But it is a cool venue. It's open, it's complimentary throughout the day, which is great. There's lots of little things you can just grab and go. It's kind of like a mini buffet, but with just highlights. You've also got a Coke freestyle machine if you've got a drinks package, as well as complimentary juices and water and soft serve ice cream as well, which is great. Now we're just going to walk through the Galleria to the other side, where you have the Next Future Cruises little room. So you can book all of your future cruises with MSC in here. And sometimes they have things like discounts you can't get anywhere else.
And across the Galleria from Pizza and Burger, you've got Luna Park. Now, this is split into 2 sections. The first bit is an arcade. Now, this is full of arcade games. They are all an additional cost to play. And then just behind the arcade, you've got the Luna Park Arena. This is an entertainment space where you tend to find more of the family activities, as well as dance parties, shows, and currently, as you can see here, they're doing a VR virtual experience. It's a really cool space. We like this area. Very flexible, bright, colourful, great atmosphere in here, especially when they do those dance parties on a night.
Yeah, it's a great versatile room this is. But anyway, we're going to move up to deck 7 where you'll see a telephone box. Now, I can't really talk about this because it's top secret, but it is an entrance to another area through that door. It's called the Speakeasy, but we can't talk about it. If you know, you know. Then at the very front of the ship, you've got the main theatre. Like most cruise ships, it's very normal. Lots of seating. You can book to come to see some of the shows, and we do really recommend that, including the Dirty Dancing shows. They are really fantastic, and we were really impressed with the entertainment on board the World America. Now back to the lovely Galleria on deck 7.
Yep, so first is Gentleman's Barber, where you can pay for barber treatments such as haircuts or shaves. And then you've got Time Valet. Valet?
It's a shop.
It's a very expensive watch shop if you're into your jewellery. But talking about watches and glitz and glam, this ship is so glamorous and it's very MSC in its styling. It's always very glitzy and glamorous. Kind of reminds us of Vegas, that kind of the vibe in there. We do really love it.
Then just next to the barbers on the opposite side of that time shop is Masters of the Sea. Now this is a free house, so a kind of British Irish style pub, and on the bottom floor you'll find the pub area. There is a different venue upstairs which we'll show you in a little while, but it looks really good. The theming's really fantastic. They also brew their own drinks on board, which is really cool. So you can see some of the brewing equipment here, and there's lots of little nooks, crannies and little areas to chill out in here. We also find live entertainment like guitar players on an evening as well, which was really nice to see. I really do like the Galleria. Anyway, just next to the pub is Hola, which is a tacos and cantina, so quick service tacos, all an extra charge in here as well. And we found this very busy. If you do want to do some of the specialty dining, now this is the extra paid dining, we do recommend that you book in advance. You can also book packages which save you money as well. And talking about specialty dining, we've got one of the most famous on MSC Cruises, Butcher's Cut.
This is the steakhouse. You'll find this on many of the MSC ships, and it's probably one of the most popular dining venues on board. So if you do want to do it, like Ben said, make sure you do reserve. It's a traditional steakhouse with all your usual steakhouse favourites: steak, chips, more steak.
Great job, David, describing steak and beef. But yeah, lots of beef in here. There's also a kind of outdoor al fresco area where you can sit and kind of people watch on the Galleria whilst having your dinner in there as well. So you just need to request that if you want to eat there, which is really fantastic on the outdoor area. But just look how glamorous it is. It's very bling bling. One thing we did find missing, however, here on the Galleria are those Swarovski staircases. Now they are located somewhere else, and we'll show you them in a little while. Anyway, on the opposite side, you've got the MSC Foundation. Now, this is just MSC's foundation where they raise money for ocean charities and things like that. And they also have some merch. And next door, we've got another specialty restaurant, Kato Sushi.
So yes, first up, the sushi bar. This is next door to the teppanyaki restaurant. So you can choose to either eat at the sushi bar or in the teppanyaki restaurant, where they cook the food there right in front of you at those teppanyaki tables. Always a lot of fun. It's an extra charge as well.
Now, when it comes to specialty dining here on MSC Cruises, you'll often find it to be a little bit cheaper than the competitors like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Princess, and things like that. But like David said, definitely make sure you book in advance. Now you can see across all of the decks here on the Galleria, and it is really pretty. Now on the opposite side to Kato Sushi, you've got the hub. Now this is the area where you can check out all of the photographs that you've had taken on board, and they do things like iris scans to make artwork. And all around the Galleria you're going to find different types of shops, MSC merch shops, places where you can buy alcohol, perfumes, glasses, all of that jazz. But we're going to start heading towards the back of the ship now on Deck 7, where we have the MSC Casino, the signature casino.
The one thing we love about MSC ships is that they are super sleek and stylish. And that is also what we absolutely love about Exeter wallets. And now you can get a wallet that matches your personality, like the Wallet Pro in flare red, or maybe you're more cobalt blue, confident and calm. And then there's my everyday wallet, the classic tan, smooth, dependable, basically me in wallet form.
You wish.
The Wallet Pros are made with premium Italian leather, slimmer than ever and built to last with a metal quick access mechanism. Then there's the cute, sleek card holder in lilac. I've actually got my sister one of these for Christmas, but I've just ruined the surprise. She probably never watches our videos. It's made from space grade aluminium, has quick card access at the push of a button, and even blocks RFID to stop wireless theft. And it's not just wallets. Exeter makes travel smarter with finder cards and tags. Plus, there's the travel vacuum kit, which I still use on every trip. And right now, Exeter has up to 35% off site-wide until November 5th. And you can stack using our code Ben and David for an extra 10% off. Just scan the QR code on the screen now or click the link in the description. The MSC Signature Casino, another popular spot on board. It's not the biggest casino we've seen at sea, so it does get quite busy in here, but at the centre is a casino bar where you can get yourself some drinks. They've got all different types of tables, your usual tables, as well as tons of different machines.
Now we're going to go towards the very back of the ship on deck 7, where you have the Panorama Lounge. Now this is another entertainment style venue, a little bit like 270 on Royal Caribbean's Ovation class ships, or Quantum class ships I should say. Now it is a venue at the very back of the ship with some amazing panoramic venue windows which are really beautiful as well as some arena style seating with extra bits of seating off to the sides as well if you just want to come in for a drink during the day. Now you're going to find some really great shows in here. Like I said earlier on, we were really impressed with the entertainment offerings here on the MSC World America. So much better than what we've seen on any other MSC cruise ship. Lots of different types of Cirque du Soleil type shows and musical extravaganzas, but yeah, it's a really good venue. Again, make sure you book them as soon as you get on board using that MSC Cruises app, because they do sell out.
Moving up to deck 8, and we have the Zest Bar. This is a juice bar on board. It sells juices as well as like healthy snacks and things like that. However, they are an extra charge.
So yeah, you can see the top level on deck 8 here of the lovely Galleria area, just looking down all of the decks below. And like we said, it is really a lovely space. We love spending time on here, but it does get very busy. Just next door to that juice bar, you've got Les Dunes. Now this is a restaurant just for those booked on the Aurea package. So you can eat in here, and it's basically free time eating, so you can eat any time you want. You don't have to make reservations, you just kind of turn up if you're in one of those types of cabins and eat. But yeah, very good indeed. So it's a little bit different to the main dining rooms. So just on the opposite side, you've got the Gin Project. Now this is just located above the Masters of the Sea pub that we showed you a little bit earlier, so you can look down to that area below. But it's a lovely space, and like the name says, it's a gin bar. So yeah, all of the drinks are an extra charge. If you want to have a look at what we enjoyed in here, check out our vlogs that we popped up a few weeks ago. But yeah, they have a huge selection of different gins, both with alcohol and alcohol-free as well, which we really appreciated. But it's really nicely venued and nicely themed. We really liked it. But yeah, the drinks in here are yummy. And as you can see, we're just looking down to the Masters of the Sea there as well. A really cool multi-level venue. I do love a good multi-level venue.
So let's head back out into the Galleria. As you can see, it's very quiet. When we filmed this ship tour, we did film during a port day when most people were off the ship, but it does get quite busy on an evening. And you can look down to all the different venues from the top here. Now we're heading along through a strange corridor that connects two sides. It gets a little bit tight down here, so hopefully if it's not too busy, you don't pass people, everyone breathe in as they get around. And we're going to go to a new venue that is exclusive to the World America. This is the Loft, and this is a comedy club. So you can see how they're really tailoring this ship for the North American audience by adding a comedy club. It's quite a small, intimate venue, so if there is a popular comedian on, it does sell out and it does get quite busy. So we do recommend that you do reserve a spot when you're on board. You can do that on the app. And they also do karaoke in here, as well as dueling pianos.
Yeah, so the dueling pianos thing is new for MSC Cruises and something you can find on plenty of other cruise lines. But again, a really cool venue. It's nice to see brand new venues aboard a ship, and this one was very, very busy indeed. So it's proving a hit, I think, for the crowd. But yeah, we're just taking some more looks at the Galleria here, and it is quite strange to see it so quiet. It looks like a bit like a ghost ship, it really does. But we're just going to have a nice little wander along and see what else we come to. Oh, pop! We've got Fizz the Champagne Bar. So this is the Champagne Bar on board, and it's a nice big venue with lots of different seating areas, as well as a bar and a little area that goes into a little conservatory area as well, where you can see all of the different fancy champagnes in the background there. Far too fancy for us. Now do note, things like champagne are not included on any of the drinks packages, so do take a look if you're going to be thinking about getting a drinks package in seeing what is included and whether or not it's going to be worthwhile for you. But yeah, it's a really nice little venue on one side of the ship, and we're just going to hop over to the next side.
Yeah, so there is different types of drinks packages that you can purchase, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic packages. You can find information about all the different packages on the MSC website when you book. Now, across the Galleria from the Champagne Bar is Elixir, which is the mixology bar on board. Lovely, small, intimate bar that has a huge range of craft cocktails. Now, even if you're on the premium drinks package, most of the cocktails in here are not included, so you will have to pay the fare difference. And outside is a lovely seating area with lots of comfy seats and some great views. It makes a really nice space in here.
And just next door we have another specialty restaurant. This one is Italy, which is a famous Italian brand of dining, an Italian restaurant. Like I said, an extra charge, but you can come here as well and enjoy an Italian meal. Now, we enjoyed a meal in here. Make sure you do go back and watch those videos because we had a really nice time. And like next door, there's an outdoor alfresco dining area, and we chose to eat out here on our cruise, and it was really, really nice, and we enjoyed all of the food and drinks. It looks amazing, doesn't it? I just love that LED roof with all of the lights on the stairs and things. There's lots of little details which make it look very glamorous and very glitzy and very different to other cruise lines. It feels distinctly MSC Cruises. You'll also find a little MSC excursions desk as well, located near Elixir and Italy, where you can book all of your excursions. Plus there's going to be LED screens all around the ship, which are touchscreen as well, so you can look at maps and things like that to find out where you should be going, what time things are on, and all of that jazz. Anyway, we're going to head towards the back of the ship now on deck 8. This is the World Promenade. And guess what? It looks familiar again.
We can't help but feel that this area was again inspired by Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships, but it feels like it's a lot bigger here on MSC Cruises. This outdoor area is full of life and atmosphere with lots of different shops, bars, and they even have entertainment along here. You can see some of those luxury accessories shops, and you can even see up to the buffet space. You can see people walking across the bridge there. Now, the first venue we're going to pop into is the Coffee Emporium.
Oh, we love our coffee, don't we, David? But first, coffee. And this coffee shop's really good and is included on those premium drinks packages, which is really good. And we enjoyed lots of nice coffees, including cocktail coffees as well, which were a little bit strange. There's also food on offer in here as well, but unfortunately, this is all an extra charge, so it isn't just grab and go. You do have to pay for it, so we'd recommend going elsewhere. It's a nice little coffee shop with an area inside. These are little smelly things where you can smell all of the different notes of coffees and flowers and things like that. Very strange, but very cute indeed. But yeah, this coffee shop is really lovely and reminds us of something very cool and hip, which you'd find on land. But like I said, you can eat inside and drink inside, or you can take your drinks outside in the little area as well. And the coffee on MSC, absolutely delicious. The best we've tasted on really any cruise line, but we wouldn't expect anything less for an Italian company.
So as you can see here, there's lots of balconies facing inwards on the ship, and these are known as interior balcony cabins. So you can get a cabin that doesn't look out to the ocean but looks onto the promenade. However, do bear in mind that it can get noisy in those cabins.
Next up, we have another specialty restaurant. Yes, another. And this one's very unique as well. It's called Paxos, and it's a Greek restaurant in Taverna, which is fabulous. We love a bit of Greek food. You can choose to eat in the restaurant, or you can order quick bites here at the window and eat outside. Obviously, an extra charge. Or if you want the full experience of Paxos with a full meal, you eat inside in this dining area, which is really lovely, or just out in the little taverna section. It feels a little bit like Mamma Mia, and Donna's going to come running around the corner singing in your face. Now, we also tried eating here as well, and we had a great meal. So again, I know I keep saying it, make sure you go back and watch those episodes for the full experience of what it's like being here on MSC World America, because let me tell you, we were very surprised. You can also order different types of fish and things. Some things are an extra charge on top of the cover charge that you pay for here as well. All of the details can be found online. There's also a little dining area upstairs as well, where you can take your fast food from that window and just take a look across the whole promenade area. It just feels really tall compared to the Oasis class ships. It feels a lot taller, which is really strange. There's also lots of different shops on here as well, which you're going to find some of the posher shops indeed. And you're also going to find something that looks a little bit familiar to Royal Caribbean as well. Yeah, so have a look at this, guys. Look at that slide. Does it look a little bit familiar? It's called the Draw Drop at the Spiral slide. So it's just a single dry slide, a little bit like the Abyss. There is no extra charge for this, so this is included in the price of your cruise. And let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. I lost my hat whilst riding it. Here I go down now. There's lots of windows looking outside as well. And it looks really scary, but it really isn't. It is a lot of fun. There's also a glass panoramic elevator as well, which takes you to the very top decks at the very back of the ship as well. But next up, we've got the Promenade Bites.
It's a quick service venue where you can grab and go some items like popcorn, and that is next door to the Sweet Temptation shop. Now, everything in here is an extra charge, so you might be tempted, but you've got to pay for it.
One thing I do love about this area though is that it's just well themed. It's really cool. It's kind of whimsical, a little bit Alice in Wonderland maybe, very bright and colourful, and there's lots of different areas within the shop with different stations. You can get ice creams, you can get waffles, you can get different types of sweets and chocolates and frozen yoghurt, build your own bloomin' magical thingamabobs and boodly-bobs and thingamaboobs and crepes. Guys, it's crazy. There's lots of different sweet treats in here, and you could spend a fortune and have your kids as high as kites in here. But yeah, it's a really cool little space at the very back of the ship, and it was always very quiet as well, so I don't think anybody was spending the extra money to really eat in here, but it does look a lot of fun, and these sort of things are found on lots of cruise ships, so it is what it is. I have to say though, that chocolate is absolutely delicious. We've got one of those in our cabin every single night, and it was one of the highlights of the day, let me tell you.
And across from Sweet Temptations is the All Stars Sports Bar. And now this, again, is designed for this ship in particular, for the World America. It's an American-style bar where you can watch lots of different types of sports on the screens all around. They did a huge selection of different beers, and they also served like snacks in here and things. There's also games that you can play around, like darts and stuff like that. And everything in here, though, all those games are an extra charge, but you can definitely see how they've really tailored this ship again for that North American audience.
Now, I don't know about you, but this really reminds me of Playmakers. It's very similar indeed, and basically has that same concept with the extra charge foods and things like games and stuff, as well as playing all of the games that are going on at that time across the screens on board as well. There's loads of different seating areas and places that you can go out and chill out, play games, watch the games inside and outside, which is really nice. But at the very back of the ship, you've got a little space where you can just come and chill out and walk around and just take in how monstrously big the ship is. She holds around 6,700 people, which is absolutely bonkers, which makes her one of the biggest cruise ships in the entire world, after a few of the Royal Caribbean ships, of course. But yeah, she's a monster ship, so it is crazy. Anyway, we're going to whiz all the way to the top of that slide, the Jaw Drop slide, to take a look at some of the back areas. Now, this back area is just dedicated to those who are adults. There are several things, like 2 different pools that you can use, as well as loads of different areas to sunbathe and chill out. It's called the Zen Pool area, so it's quite a large space here on deck number 18, and like I said, lots of different lounges to chill out and relax in. Some of those little cabanas, however, are an extra pay, so you do have to pay for them, and they come with several little things like a drink service and stuff like that, but there are plenty of free areas where you can come out and sit out as well. There's also an area at the back where you can look down at the decks below, 18 decks up, and walk across. It is absolutely terrifying, but a lot of fun for a photograph. But yeah, it's a great space, really huge, and it's really nice that it's just for adults only, so it tends to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more quiet. But you can see some of the kids' areas just above, and the sound does bleed a little bit, but it isn't too bad. It was really lovely to come out and enjoy the pool area and just relax, enjoy a drink, and take in the world.
Yeah, it is a really nice, relaxing space. And nearby as well, there is a bar called the Zen Bar, which is super handy if you want to grab a drink while you're lazing around the pool, or if you just want to come up here and watch the world go by from the aft of the ship. It's a great spot to do that on one of those little stools there, overlooking that huge ship, looking all the way down to that bottom deck. Now, one deck above here, there is an additional small seating area, and this was a great space to come if you were looking for a little bit more of a quieter space to have something to eat. Now, we're going to head back down to deck 18, head inside and go to the first of the main buffets on board.
Yeah, so there's actually 2 buffets on board, which is a little bit unusual, here on deck 18 and one just above on deck 19, but this is the bigger of the 2. Now, this is a huge space with lots of different seating areas. One thing that we really loved were all of the windows around the side, so it was really panoramic. And we just love the fact when you're on a ship, you can see you're at sea. That's one of the things that we really do appreciate. So loads of different areas to come and grab a seat. We never found it difficult to find a seat. It does get busy though. If you want our top tip, go as soon as it opens or about 10 or 15 minutes before the buffet is due to open, because the food selection's a lot better, it's a lot more hot and delicious. And as you can see, the food selection here on MSC Cruises World America was really good. You've got everything from hot foods, salads, little appetizers, bowls that you can make up yourself, different meats and different types of main dishes. There was lots on offer and we were really impressed. They also freshly make pizza as well. It's one of the specialties here on MSC Cruises, and you can enjoy pizza here as well for no extra charge. They usually have 2 or 3 different types. Plus, you're going to find all of your desserts as well. So if you want a sweet treat, you can grab that too. Again, if you've got one of the drinks packages, they've got Coca-Cola freestyle machines. But if you don't have a drinks package, don't worry. There's drinks stations throughout the buffets, including a little area for iced teas and lemonades. You've got coffees, decaf coffees, teas, waters, ice, things like that. So you can grab these at any time during the day or night, and they're no extra charge at all, which is really great. But if you do fancy an extra charge drink, there's also staff members going around taking orders, as well as a bar. But these areas offer some great views, like I said, from the outside of the ship and inside to the ship as well, which is really cool. We just love all of the different windows. There's also these kind of little 2-pod outside areas within the middle of the ship where you can sit as well. So if you want to sit outside, you can do. And it kind of looks into that middle area down into the promenade area, which is really cool. Now, let's head out to the main pool area.
Now, heading out to the main pool area on deck 18 is La Boca Bar and Grill. That also serves pizza and quick bites. They tend to be open longer than the buffet, so it's a great option if you don't want to go to the chaos of the buffet. And you also have a bar. They also have a gelato station here where you can get some gelato, but that is an extra cost.
Now, this is the main pool area here on MSC World America at the top of the ship. You'll find a really large pool, which is kind of split into 2 sections. You also have accessibility options here as well. So if you're in a wheelchair or can't get in with unaided, they have machines to help you get in as well. But like any other pool area on any other cruise ship, you're going to find a variety of different sunbeds and lounges and different areas to chill out. Scattered throughout these areas as well, you'll find some cabanas which are an extra charge, but you'll also find things like bars on either side, so if you fancy a drink, with little different seating areas to the either side as well, which is great. So there's lots of different areas you can come out and chill out, including a smoking area on one side of this deck. But yeah, it is a really cool deck space area, and we found that there was plenty of sun lounges. We're just on the top upper deck now, so deck 19, where you'll find several different hot tubs and cascading seating as well, with lots of different sun lounges, all first come, first serve. We really like that MSC did make a conscious decision to remove people's goods and items if they were saving sunbeds for too long. But like I said, lots of different hot tubs spread all around these areas, and here you can see one of those signs where if you're unattended for 30 minutes, they'll take your stuff, so do be aware, there's no hogging here. Anyway, just above is the top 20 exclusive Solarium area.
This area is exclusively for guests who are in the Aria cabins and those in Yacht Club, and it's accessible by your cruise card, which will let you in. It's a quieter, more relaxing space compared to the hectic main pool area, and it also has a bar in here, which is really great to see because it just means that you don't have to go to that main pool area if you didn't want to. Now, there's lots of different beds in here, which are first come, first serve, but there is cabanas as well. Again, though, they do need to be booked and they will be an extra cost. One of the great things is the 2 large hot tubs, which you can find on either side of this deck. So here's those cabanas which we just mentioned, which you can reserve. You can pre-book them before your cruise, or you can book them while you're on the cruise as well. You can see some of the pricing here. You can do a half day or a full day.
So across decks 18 and 19, just behind that main pool area, you'll find the Botanic pool area. So this is a solarium, so it has a retractable roof, so depending on the weather. And you've also got a large pool as well as several hot tubs in here. It's a great all-weather experience area, so if it's cold outside, they can warm it up. And if it's too hot outside, there's actually air conditioning in here, which is really great. But it's a dual deck area with lots of different spaces to chill out. It does get very busy. We found lots of families and children in here, so it does get very loud sometimes. On the upper deck, you'll also find some games like table tennis and foosball and things like that, so you can come and enjoy yourself. Maybe not table tennis, is that ping pong ball? I don't know the difference. Anyway, you're going to find a bar in here. You're never going to be too far from drinks, so don't worry about that. So wherever you are on the ship, there'll be somewhere very close where you can spend your money or spend your drinks package. There's also 2 very large hot tubs on either side, which are kind of cantilevered off the side of the ship with some amazing views. Again, these get very busy, but early in the morning and during dinner times and sunsets and things like that, you'll usually find these areas a lot quieter if you fancy some relaxation time.
Now, zooming up to deck 20, this area on the top of the ship is called the Harbour. It's really like the fun, family-friendly space where there's lots of activities that are aimed at families. First up, you have the Harbour Bar and Bites. This is another complimentary quick service venue. It's great because it means that you don't have to go to the buffet if you don't want to for a quick lunch. And this has got some lovely seating areas here with some shade, which is much appreciated, especially on a very sunny day.
Ooh, so we've got something very scary. It's called the Cliffhanger. Now, this is an extra charge. I think it was $10 per person, but it's a terrifying swing which goes off the side of the ship. Here you can see me. It was very scary, and I've got to say for $10, it was probably worth it. It's a one and done in my opinion. You don't really have to book it either. You can kind of just turn up. You've also got the ropes course as well, the high ropes course, because it's a dual level one. It is terrifying. If you watch our videos, you'll see why, because there's a level below and a level above, and it's very high indeed. This is complimentary, so there is no extra charge for this. You just need to go to the kiosk, as you can see in the background there, register, sign a waiver, sign your life away, and then get on and do it. Most of the things here are complimentary, so the slides and things like that are all complimentary. We'll show you a little area inside in just a few moments, the bumper cards, which are an extra charge. This is the lighthouse area. Again, a little play area for the younger kids, so some slides and things like that, and just areas to chill out and relax and sunbathe. As you can imagine, this area is really overwhelmed with children and families, but it's a great space with lots of different things to do, lots of different seating areas, places to chill out, and like we said earlier on, here's that jaw drop area. So this is where you get on the slide into the jaws of that horrible shark, and they get pooped out at the bottom on the promenade deck. But yeah, it's very cool indeed.
Again, you get some really cool views down to the promenade. It's a very, very long way down, so if you're scared of heights, maybe don't look down. Now, this area is a lot of fun. As you can see here, we also have some wet water slides. I mean, water slides are usually wet. There's 4 different water slides that you can choose from. They're all a lot of fun. They are complimentary, so there isn't an extra charge for them. And one of the slides, you can actually use virtual goggles. That was Ben there doing the drop slide, which you will never ever see me on. Our personal favourite though was the racing slides.
Well, that VR slide was absolute rubbish. The slide was good, the VR was just terrible. It was a little bit of a gimmick. Anyway, just behind one of the areas where the slides are, you've got a little kids zone for the younger kids where you've got smaller slides, little splash zones and lots of fountains and things like that for all of the smaller kids to play on. It's great that they've got something for every age here on MSC World America, so it really is a ship for all the generations. Next up, we've got the Sportplex MSC.
This is an indoor small arena space. Now first you've got some sort of comfortable seating. There's also a little bar in here called the Box Bar where people can hang out, really aimed at families, maybe teens, a place for them to come and hang out, which is really nice to see. But then inside here they do activities in the arena area. Some of them are complimentary, so for example the basketballs, the games. They also do rollerblading, which you can see here. This again was complimentary. You just have to turn up and sign up, but some of them are an additional cost, such as the bumper cars, which will charge extra. Upstairs is the Lego family zone. This is just a little small space that family members can come to and put your Lego skills to the test. Now, talking about families, there's a whole array of different kids clubs that you can sign up your children up to that are split into different age groups. There's also a large arcade as well. Everything in here is an additional cost, so do be aware of that. Make sure the kids are not spending too much on those cruise cards. There's also the Formula One Racer, which is a racing simulator. Again, that is an extra charge.
And just opposite there, you have the MSC gym. So it's a well-equipped gym if you're mad enough to come on holiday and spend your time working out. The only thing I'm going to be working out is what I'm eating next. But hey, that's just me. But there's lots of different equipment in here. Running machines, things where you can cycle and carry things that are heavy and join some classes with some other crazy people who want to also work out and do things like biking. Some of the classes are an extra charge, but use of the actual gym and the machines and things are complimentary and included in the price of your cruise. Anyway, we're back on deck 19 again. Next to the gym, you've got La Brasserie, which is the buffet, the other buffet on board. Now, this is the smaller of the two buffets, and we genuinely found this buffet to be a little bit quieter. It basically has all of the same food that you find in the buffet below, but it's just another area because it's such a large ship. They needed to make two buffets to fit everybody in without it being too cramped. But yeah, basically identical to what you saw below. It's just a deck above. And here you've got that walk-through deck that we showed you earlier on when we were on the Promenade. And again, why are cruise lines completely trying to scare us all of the time by doing glass, blooming floors and windows and terrifying us? But yeah, it's a great space. Now, something that's unique to this restaurant is that it actually turns into a restaurant during an evening, La Brasserie. It's just for Yacht Club guests and you can come and eat in here. You do have to book, but there are no extra charges for those Yacht Club guests. Now, talking about the Yacht Club, let's go take a look around the Suite Only area, shall we?
So the Yacht Club area is spread over quite a few decks at the very front of the ship, and this area is just for those guests who are staying in Yacht Club cabins. Now, it's kind of like its own little ship within a ship. As you enter, you've got your own concierge desk, so that's your guest services, so you don't have to go to the main guest services out on the promenade. It's all very calm and quiet. It's like a little serene area compared to the rest of the ship. You also have your own future cruise desk just there as you enter the top sail lounge.
Now, this lounge is really spectacular. Like we said, it's at the front of the ship and the very top. Just look at those panoramic windows. Praise the Lord, we love our windows out to the sea. And this area is gorgeous at all times of the day and night, and especially sunset. It's a great place to come and enjoy a drink before your meals. It's really gorgeous and really large as well. There was never problems finding a seat. The decor in here is really calm and upmarket with fresh flowers and loads of different areas to go and chill out in. It was really, really lovely, and we really enjoyed spending a lot of time in here, especially listening to the live music. You can also get some light bites here as well during breakfast and lunch and dinner. We're going to show you the restaurant in a little bit, but first up we've got the bar. Now everything here is included in the price of your cruise if you're staying in the Yacht Club, so all of the drinks throughout the day, which is really fantastic, and they also always had crew members walking around offering you drinks. But David, here it is, the Swarovski staircase, finally.
Yes, now this is a highlight of many MSC Cruises ships, but on this ship, it's just contained to the Yacht Club, so just for Yacht Club passengers' eyes only. And this takes you up to the Yacht Club restaurant, which is located overlooking the top sail lounge. Now this restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There is no reservations needed, you just turn up and grab a table. What we love is the fact that you can still see out those panoramic windows, and they have live entertainment on an evening in the lounge, which you can hear up in the restaurant. It's very lovely.
Oh, and the food was bloomin' fantastic, guys. Again, check out our episodes. I can't push you enough to check them out if you are interested in booking the Yacht Club, because it's an absolute bargain compared to other cruise lines areas. Anyway, just on this deck as well, so deck 19, there's a little area outside just for Yacht Club guests, which looks back on the ship and just above that Solarium 20 awning area. Now this isn't just all of the outdoor areas, we're going to show you them now on the next deck. But first up, we've got the grill and bar.
So this is on deck 21. First up, you've got the little bar area and the grill where you can get some light bites like pastries at breakfast, but they also do a sit-down breakfast out here as well as lunch, which is really nice because you can eat al fresco outside.
So yeah, this is a great area, especially in nice weather if you don't want to eat inside for breakfast and lunch like David said. But just above this now, this is the area, the sun deck and pool area just for MSC Yacht Club guests, which is fantastic. There's a small pool, it isn't really that big, as well as one hot tub. We probably would have liked to have seen a few more hot tubs maybe, because they do get very busy, but it is adequate and it's a lot quieter than those other areas on the ship. But you're not going to find any problems trying to find a sunbed because there are so many of them around. Now some of them are reserved, like these ones, the cabanas for the bigger suites like the Royal Suites on board, but there are plenty to choose from, and they're all padded, they all have their towels already as well, and there's people walking around with drinks throughout the day. So that's it for our episode, our tour of the MSC World America. Let us know what you think about it. It is a huge ship, and I've got to say, we were really impressed. Now do hit that subscribe button and the like button because it really helps us out, and we've got so much more content coming.
And a big thank you to our patrons for your support. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, in return you get extra benefits like advert-free videos. We also put our videos up early with early access, completely advert-free, extra videos, as well as a monthly video call.
You can find out how to become a patron in the description section below. So I guess that's it till next time. Happy cruising!